I'm going to read a passage of this book, and I just need you guys to listen. It's so good. It's difficult to pinpoint the moment you become complicit in denying yourself the ability to be authentic. Just know that whenever you choose to allow someone to settle on a false idea of who you are, then you're embracing an existence that is contingent on inauthenticity. Now, no matter how subtle their misunderstanding may seem, if you allow them to make it truth, then you're accepting the role as an imposter. It's further complicated when you have been celebrated, esteemed, and acknowledged for who you pretend to be. That's when it becomes even more challenging to figure out who you truly are. You find yourself unable to separate how you truly feel about something from your need to uphold what people have come to accept and expect from you. If your opinion is curated with the reaction of other people in mind, then you've been reduced to the equivalent of a ventriloquist puppet. A false sense of contentment is derived only when you successfully mimic the thoughts and opinions of whoever you desire to please. When this occurs, you unconsciously allow the approval, validation, or acceptance of those you're pleasing to possess more power than you. Your power is not gone, it has simply moved. Now, this passage is from the book Power Moves by Sarah Jakes Roberts, and it's really, really good. I feel like a lot of us can relate to that. If you give others permission to define who you are, you give your power away, right? And I feel like a lot of young people do that because a lot of us lack self-esteem, kind of just are all over the place with finding ourselves, our careers, in relationships, all kinds of stuff. And we fall into these boxes that people put us in. But that's giving our power away. Like she said, it's like you become a ventriloquist puppet. And we can't be doing that because that's living inauthentically. And it's going to create built up resentment and pain and sadness, which can lead to physical sickness and death. I know that sounds extreme, but if you're a chronic people pleaser, or you just don't regard yourself highly because you just let others kind of tell you who you are, you can become physically ill. You're not supposed to be defined by others. You're supposed to be defined by God. He tells you who you are. And so if you don't have that connection with God, if you don't have that connection with a higher source, and forgive me for saying God because some of y'all don't believe in God, but if you don't believe in a higher source, the universe, whatever you want to believe in, how are you going to understand who you are, babe? If you let others tell you, if you let mankind, sinful, problematic mankind, you're relying on human beings to tell you who you are, babe? No, don't do that. That gives your power away. You know who you are based on your spiritual connection with a higher source, God, whatever you want to call it. For me, it's God. That's the only way. That's the only way. Don't let others tell you who you are. You already know. You already know. Deep, deep down, you know what you want to do with your life. You know what your passions are. If you think about it, what's your dream? Everyone has a dream. And so you need to fulfill it, babe. You only have one life, just one. Sure, if we believe in reincarnation, you can come back again, but you're in a different body. Or you're in an animal's body. You're not yourself again. You're only this one time. So why would you let someone else tell you what to do? Why would you let someone else dictate your life? Why would you let someone else take your power away from you? Stop it. Stop it. Don't do that. Stop. Stop. We're halfway through 2024. Do you understand? Do you understand in 6 months it'll be 2025, which is 5 years past COVID? And you're still letting people tell you who you are. Okay, well, we've got some work to do, okay? Anyways, I'm not trying to attack you. I'm mostly talking to myself. But I'm not trying to attack you. I'm just trying to be reflective. This was a really good passage. Read this book. I'm only in chapter 2 and I'm gagging. It's so good.